So it's not a shock in this country that generally speaking, teachers are overworked and underpaid, but what might be surprising are the things we do to supplement our income. Coffee today and not water. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel where we help you make the most of your life today for a better tomorrow. Can I tell you guys how excited I am to be making this video? I have been waiting a long time to make this video, but I wanted to do it during the No Spend series. I want to talk about side hustling as a teacher. If you missed last week's video, I'll put the link down below and up above in the cards, but I am currently in the middle of a no spend, meaning that outside of my fixed expenses, I have a set amount of money I spend each and every week in hopes to accumulate a little bit more of a nest egg for some exciting things happening in 2020. If you don't know what that is or how that works, again, click that video. Everything will be explained there. But side hustling, the idea of finding extra time in your schedule before school, after school, weekends, late nights, early mornings, in hopes that you can make a little bit of extra money each and every month is the topic of today's video. But really quick, if this is the first time seeing my face, please make sure it is not the last by clicking that little subscription button and the bell down below to be updated for each and every future video. Right now, videos are going to be a mix of no spend, vlogs, lifestyle topics, and the fact that I just got married. Again, click that last video. You will see some behind the scenes footage. We were able to get a little bit of extra first look as bride and groom, and that is included in that video. But anyway, teaching and money. It is no surprise that a majority of teachers, at least in the more recent years, have been more vocal about their pay scale, what they buy for their own classrooms, budget cuts. The list can go on, and for each and every teacher and each and every district individually, the case is different. But one thing I have noticed across the board is that a majority of teachers, especially in the first 1 to 15 years, do have other streams of income to help make up or supplement their monthly or even yearly income. If there is something I miss in my list, please, please, please include it down below. These are simply things that I have done that have worked for me, and I'm gonna do my best to give you guys average summaries of what the side hustle is, how many times a week I do it, or how many times a month I do it, and the average amount of additional income it brings into my bank account. So without any further ado, here are my top side hustles as a teacher. Number one is online teaching, and if you are new around here, I have an entire separate channel dedicated to information about teaching and tutoring online. The company I personally work for is VIP Kid. I won't get into the logistics again because I have an entire separate channel. I'll link it up above if you want to know, but short and sweet, I can go online. There's a website with a portal for me as a teacher. I can open up slots that are 25 minutes and I can teach children. During the school year, my goal with VIP Kid is to make an additional $500. I typically teach 2 or 3 classes before school, 5 or 6 on the weekends, and then if I need more supplementation or I haven't hit my 500, I will open a few in the evenings. I have done VIP Kid for just under 2 years, and I'm at the point now where whatever slots I open will be booked by my students because I've got a good following of parents and students that always want to know when I am available to book. Average pay for teachers is anywhere between $17 to $22 an hour, and they do have like little bonuses and giveaways. The thing I like about teaching online outside of the additional money that I can make in pajamas is that when a family gives you a good feedback, like 5 stars, think of it. When you get good feedback, you accumulate points and you can turn in those points. Think like credit card rewards. You can redeem those points for gift cards to Amazon and Starbucks and Target or just any other things you need in your classroom. I actually have gotten a lot of gift cards from them, so I'm forever grateful for the fact that I can sit at home, open up slots, make a little bit of extra income. If that is something you are interested in, click down below or up above wherever I put my link and you can check that out for further information. Number 2 is in-person tutoring or music lessons. If you didn't know, I actually teach after school private voice and piano students. That studio has been full for about a year now. My goal with that is to make anywhere between $250 and $500. I set it up after school so students can come here. We do private voice, piano, audition prep, music theory. I once even gave lessons to a valedictorian who needed help in speech preparation. My rules for that right now are the students that I teach are not students that I teach in my brick and mortar school. And for those watching during library class, first of all, you should be working And second of all, I've had a full studio since before I started teaching, where I currently teach right now, and I haven't had any vacancies. But just like number one with VIP Kid, the fact that I can set my schedule and do it from home has been immensely helpful. And again, somewhere between $200 and $500 a month is my goal with that as well. And I like it because I can take time off when I need. For example, when I got married, my students knew I keep it all on a Google Calendar so my parents can see when I'm available, when I'm not. They can request a time on the Google Calendar, I can accept it, and they know where I am, they know pricing, they know everything. I get all my students their music anyway, and I make them little practice tracks so it's worth their time, and I make them practice tracks so they can practice outside of their lessons, and I even make them little warm-up tracks so if they are going into audition, they can just click a little email from me and they can hear me playing their scales, and it really helps them out, and it's really more of a passion project. I would teach private lessons if I made millions of dollars a year, just because I really think the arts are important. If you haven't been around here, clearly I think the arts are important, and I'm happy to do private lessons as one of my side hustles. Number three are selling unused items. Now, I live in a condo complex and I did just get married. The fun part about getting married when you are both in your 30s and previously had your own homes that were fully furnished, did I just say that right? Fully furnished, is playing the fun game called Who Gets to Keep What and Who Has to Get Rid of What. It's my favorite game. I'm just kidding. It's been fine. But we've been figuring out, what things did we get as gifts that we are both going to give away a majority of those things, or which things should we be selling. I would say about 50% of things are going to the women's shelter of Columbus, Ohio. Things like end tables, kitchenware, we have a knife set, we have a bunch of different pots and pans and things, dishes, cups, like they're all just over there in a pile. And those things will be donated, but there are some things that are in the house and things I sometimes find that my neighbors don't want anymore, and they don't want to go through the hassle of taking the pictures, posting it anywhere like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you name it. So I have found that that is a really nice, whenever it comes my way, little side hustle. I honestly make maybe tops $100 to $150 a month, but that is literally me just bringing something in, using my lighting, taking a picture of it, posting what it looks like, the asking price, and 99% of the time I will get a hit to have someone come buy it within a day or two. I never meet them in my house. If you are watching this and you're like, that's a good idea, never meet at your house. You will meet somewhere that is in public that you can just exchange for cash, take someone with you. But it is a really nice way, one, to get rid of things in your home that you're not going to already donate, and that's for you to decide if something should be donated or sold. And just a nice way to make a little bit of extra change. Would I ever bank on making that money each and every month and depend on it? No. But for example, when my neighbor was getting rid of this really nice wooden deck chair, she had it placed right by our recycling and trash center, and I could see that she was getting rid of it, along with some really nice circular mirrors. I pulled them aside, photographed them, posted them on Facebook Marketplace, and within 30 minutes I had both of them sold. They met me at the grocery store down the street in the parking lot, and it was done. Number 4 on my personal list of side hustles is YouTube. It has been no surprise. I have shared it in multiple videos, and again, I'll put one up above, that I have this channel and a second channel dedicated to teaching that both bring in a certain amount of money through the Google AdSense program. If you don't know what that is, I highly recommend after this video is done, just going up in the search bar and typing in Google AdSense. Essentially, short and sweet, YouTubers get paid for the amount of ads that run on their video and the amount of time that their viewers watch. So for example, my other channel has vocal warm-ups, tutorials for how to teach online, and just longer videos in general because I am teaching something. Those videos actually make a little bit more because they are longer in length, and I'm able to put more ads on those videos, and therefore YouTube and Google AdSense pay me more for those videos. Once again, just like with selling things on Facebook Marketplace, I would not ever tell someone to live exclusively off of Google AdSense, because YouTube could be promoting your video one month and then completely drop it the next. It is never a steady stream of income. There are some months where it's up in the thousands. There are some months where it's 400. You can never really guess where it's going to be. Some YouTubers work with networks and managers to push their videos, others do it by themselves. It's really whatever you want it to be, but it has been a very nice way to bring in some side hustle money. And number 5 for me as a music teacher and actor are performance and concert gigs. If you remember, during my first episode of Vlogmas last year, I was performing at the beautiful Ohio Theater. I emceed and soloed for a concert. I've also done it up in Delaware, Ohio a few times a year with a different symphony. You guys, I wish that those gigs happen more often. I typically get them during the Christmas season and in the spring when they do outreach programs for kids in different school districts. I love those opportunities, A, because I make more money in a day. Should I say this on camera? I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I make more in one day doing a union symphony gig than I do in 2 weeks' pay as a full-time teacher, that is after taxes. Either way, it is an incredible gig. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, the idea of keeping the arts alive, doing what I went to school for, and being able to make a nice chunk of change for that one day. Now again, I only do those gigs 2 to 3 times a year max, but it's still worth it for me on the money end and on keeping the arts alive. But anyway, those are my top 5 side hustles as a teacher. I couldn't make this video without saying there are definitely pros and cons to side hustling. The pros are I can control my own schedule and of course bring in extra money. The cons are less time with your family and your friends and the idea of burning out and having it affect, your sleep, your relationships, and your full-time job. But if you can keep those in check, what I do, for example, is I put everything on the Google Calendar. My husband can see it, my students can see it, and I, of course, can see it and move things around. I am a very strong believer that having a good, organized calendar is the key to getting things done and being productive. If you want a video on that, let me know. And if you want a more detailed video on how much YouTube pays me per 100,000 views, let me know down below. I'd be happy to make those for you. Either way, those are my top side hustles as a full-time teacher. If you have any that you know, please, please, please put them down below in the comments. I am always down in my comments within the first 1 or 2 days of a video going live. If you've not yet done so, click that subscribe button and the bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I did that whole video sitting with my legs crossed. I can't feel my feet.